All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Things rolling here. A little behind schedule, but I'm still doing all right. Looks like we're live on Twitch. Looks like we're live on YouTube. So everything looks like it's rolling. Cool. All right. No, chat's working. All right, cool. All right. Now, let's finish this materials order. And unfortunately, I did not unpack these concrete things. I thought I did. Maybe I did. Let's go. Let's see if we can unload it. Otherwise, we'll have to. We can't hook up to the trailer with this thing, so. Anchors away. I never noticed that detail before. It looks like somebody dropped a bucket of green paint or something on the flatbed. There we go. One down. One to go. Oops, it's the wrong button. There we go. Restore the crane, secure the cargo. We're ready to roll out. Alright, so we're going to the service hub. Now the problem is that this does not have four-wheel drive yet. So I think we're going to have to hook trucks up again here. Grab the Fleet Star. It'll be interesting to see with roadcraft. At least my understanding of the AI trucks, you won't necessarily be able to do what I'm about to do here. But it would be cool if you could. But if I'm going to pick up these consumables with one truck and the concrete slabs with the other, because again, it's not, as I understand, it's not a sequel to, excuse me, it's not a sequel to to SnowRunner. In fact, let me do this. Yeah, no, it's fine. Change trucks. Let's test the white Western Stars towing capability here. I shouldn't get the engine on. Nope. Okay. But it's not a direct sequel to this. There are some significant differences in how the game, sort of the point of the game, so you'll be doing more building, but you'll be able to set up the AI trucks to bring the supplies or something like that. I think it'll be. I think a couple people have already called it like heavy equipment runner or something like that because it's going to be more focused on operating the heavy equipment. But we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what they pull off, and I'm sure they'll start releasing. I didn't see any new information on it yesterday, but it'll be interesting to see what they what other information they put out before it releases. Because again, I don't think it's supposed to release until like Q1 of next year or something. So let's see. I just realized my coffee is out of my reach. It's not good. I'll fix that here in a second. Pull up here. Spinning tires. Getting up the hill. There we go. Now they're mud tires. What do you expect? Or off-road tires. There we go. I have to fill that thing back up here soon. This up. Burn through that 900 gallons of fuel quick. Mic on and everything? You can hear everything? Looks like it. No. And away we go. That's weird. Good morning, everybody. Hope your Saturday was enjoyable. Mine was pretty relaxed, other than doing a bunch of yard work and chores. For a second, I got a technical issue. Oh no, it's back. All right, hold on a second. Bump my camera. I did. All right. Now let's change trucks. Go to the Fleet Star, pick up these consumables because they go in the same direction as the concrete does. But you got to cut across this muddy ass field, so. Farmer Brown here has got flooding problems. It's been a heck of a rainstorm. doing, kitten? Oh, what is going on? Hello. What? What? I cannot believe that. That is a deep hole right there. That is a deep... Oh, this thing's stuck too? What is going on? Yeah, it does study. What the? Oh, that tree's too small. We'll try this one. Oh no! Don't you do it. How in the world is it stuck with just that? I don't understand. Well, we're off to a brilliant start this morning. No, that's not the one I want. There we go. Let's try that. Let's try that. And over on the side. Son of a biscuit eater. Alright, detach the trailer. Fortunately, we put that autonomous winch on here. Oh, lordy. That's the most ridiculous thing. Come on. Flip it over. Flip it over. Come on, flip it over. There we go. Look at the side of the Jeep. Oh, lordy. Okay. Let's try to get this... two very deep mud holes, apparently. Because I parked this thing. Remember, I don't know if yeah, you were watching yesterday. You probably watched it when it happened. I parked this thing there and I was like, it is just sinking in the mud. But I had no idea. It really sank in the mud. See, in Roadcraft, I'll be able to pave that over and won't have to worry about it ever again. Oh, that was hilarious. Cat, what are you doing? Crazy cat. Alright. Let's go up to this thing. There we go. Got the trailer. Forward hope. Yeah, the White Western Star doesn't have four-wheel drive. I don't want to drive it on the field trying to recover it if I don't have to. I do need to find the four-wheel drive for that thing. Is that... I wonder if it's that over in Smithville Dam. I would have thought I would have found it by now. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Alright, now the problem is that this thing is so unstable that I'm afraid I'm going to end up flipping it as well. Put it in low gear, keep the speed down. Just like driving a boat on high waves. Get sideways, you're gonna get in trouble. think... let's see if we can just... That was ridiculous. All right. This field is effed. Let's get some more solid ground here, maybe. All right. Crisis averted. Or solved, one of the two. Easy. Easy. Come on, Farmer Brown, you need to do something about this loading area. There we go. Activate. Crane mode. How you doing this morning, Stotty? Yeah, and they reset. Yeah, yeah, that'll be interesting to see because the ground is can be deformed. It'll be interesting to see if that's the case with the new game, Roadcraft. Because think about it, if you just drove through the mud, but you weren't intending to put a road on it, you drove through the mud and chewed it all up. Would it be chewed up when you came back later on? I mean, that would make sense, right? I don't know. It might be that you have to use the equipment in order to deform the ground, but I don't know. It'll be cool having like bulldozers and stuff. You know, the trailer looked really cool, so. But yeah, you come back later, it's fine. It just fills in, which I guess technically speaking makes sense, but I don't know. Not really. Having done some driving in the mud, it doesn't quite work out that way. It takes some time before it gets filled back in. And sometimes it doesn't ever. When we went to, my brother and I went to Windrock Park up in Tennessee, there were some trails there that, and probably a lot of that was from rain, but some of it was just torn up from people driving through it. Yeah, it didn't repair. You had to go out there and repair it. Which is the nice thing about going to a business that is a off-road park, because they go out there and actively fix it. Though most places, like I know here where I am, most of the like national parks and stuff, they've got clubs and whatnot, off-roading clubs and whatnot, that will go out and maintain the trails. Same thing with mountain biking. So. Alright, let's pack the cargo. More driving, less talking. Not that anybody's complained about that. Trying to get work done here. What do you do for fun? I pretend I'm working. It's fabulous. It's a lot more fun than my job, though. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. That's cool. I'll have to look up Cape York. I've never seen anything on it, but you know, I mean, I'm not into the off-roading scene in Australia, other than I do watch some videos and stuff on it because there's I mean, some of the scenery and stuff is just absolutely amazing. It gets even better depending on the content creator, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'd love to go to Australia and do some overlanding or just off-roading. Would be fun. Most of the people that I watch do what we call overlanding. It's probably what you all call it there too. There's some version of that, but where they go out for weeks on end, or a week. Can I get through this? No? That's unfortunate. How about if I do this? Lock those diffs. Come on, lock the diff. Nope, that didn't help either. Gotta hit it at an angle, I guess. Come on. You can do it. Really? I used to drive through this all the time. I swear I did. So what do you drive at Cape York? I think you told me yesterday, but I don't recall off the top of my head. Alright. Attach a winch. Yeah, I know we discussed it yesterday. I'm sorry. ADHD, I don't recall now. Good camp. Hunting for 3 weeks. Oh, cool. 2-day drive there. So what do you hunt in Australia? I don't do any hunting myself, but my brother is the quintessential American sportsman. Fishes, hunts. So I am familiar with it. I grew up on a farm, so a lot of hunting out there too. Come on, you can do it. What's the holdup here? Oh, here, let me turn the engine on and see if that helps. Yeah, that helps. That makes it much easier. That's right, a Nissan Patrol. Yeah, yeah. Oh, with a V8. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Brumby we obviously talked about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pigs mostly. That's cool. Yeah, that's gotten really popular here in the United States because we've got a bit of a feral pig problem in many states, and there's basically no limit on those, unless you're in Florida, and then it's anacondas and iguanas. But I'm sure people hunt regular stuff in Florida as well, like deer, but a lot of it is anacondas and iguanas. Apparently the state pays pretty good money for cleaning out anacondas. Those are some big ass snakes. So what about like kangaroos and stuff? I mean, can you hunt kangaroo, or are they protected, or there seem to be quite a few of them, so. Oh my God. Let's see. Oh, everything that's not native. Gotcha. Kangaroos are native. My reading comprehension is crap this morning, apparently. Haven't had enough coffee because I can't reach it. That I need to fix now. Come here, coffee. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and that's sort of the, I know floor. You know, that's, people get upset by people going hunting, but they got to understand that, you know, because the predatory animals are not as prevalent. Did I leave the engine on that truck? I did, didn't I? I'll waste the fuel. Stop the engine, change the truck. There we go. You've got to call the herd, otherwise they eat through their own resources and they get disease and everything else. So there's a fair bit of culling that goes on here too. You know, we have seasons, so you've got a limit, and if they need to, if the herds, if the population's getting too big, I guess they up the limit or whatever. But there's quite a bit of wildlife management going on here, so. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I thought I had to drop. Oh, there's the concrete I got to drop off here. Goofball. All right. Again, reading comprehension is off this morning. If it's feral, it's fair game. Yeah. Yeah. So they're a lot like hyenas. I know I used to read stories, and I don't know how true they were, but I'd read stories about, like, dingoes grabbing people's children out of the yard and stuff, which I guess I could see. But I mean, they get that in Florida a little bit. Not really people's children, but certainly pets. Even though I know people there's been a case or two of a kid getting grabbed by a gator. But yeah, mostly people's pets getting loose and getting eaten. So. Yeah, you guys got some crazy stuff there in Australia, and I think it's crazy only in that where am I supposed to drop this? I thought I was supposed to drop this here. I am. Unload. Okay. No cargo to unload? What? Oh, these are the wrong concrete slabs. Oh, son of a biscuit eater. Oh, that's right. You got to use the ones from this area. I forgot completely about that. Okay. Okay. Now you're just making me mad. These are concrete blocks. We got to get concrete slabs. Oh, that's so disappointing. Wedge-tailed eagles grabbing pets and small unattended children. Yeah. Yeah, those are big birds, so I can see it. Well, and you get spiders that grab small children there too, right? I'm kidding. It's funny. I'm a big fan of spiders. I really like them, and the spiders you guys have are absolutely fascinating, and the prevalence of them and everything. But was it the woodsman spider? I mean, those things get pretty stinking big. But it's definitely an entirely different world down there. The closest I've gotten to, and actually, you know, we're starting to get a variety of trapdoor spider here. My brother found one in his driveway, and they're not nearly as venomous as the ones you guys have, but or the famous ones you guys have. I'm sure you've got more than one variety, but I was surprised when I saw it. Yeah, the huntsman is, yeah. It's the scariest looking one, but it's the least dangerous. Yeah. But they're cool. I mean, we're getting a sort of an infestation here in the States. It's a Jobo spider, I think is what it's called. And it's a large garden spider. It's green and black stripes on it, and apparently it is very capable of flying from region to region using a sort of a balloon. It's not really a balloon, but it's sort of a balloon that they spin up with that catches the wind. And it's made national news here. The idea of course, the first stories were pretty sensationalized. They were like spiders flying in. It's like, what? But like I've got the usual variety we have here. We've got like 5 or 6 of them around the house, and we are very careful not to ruin their webs because we really like them. They're really cool looking. Basically a parachute. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's a better representation. Parachute. All right, let me go get this concrete slab. I can't believe I goofed that up like I did. I thought I could use the blocks, but they're slabs. You gotta have slabs. But again, I'd love to visit Australia. It looks like an amazing place. And not so much the cities. I mean, the cities look amazing, don't get me wrong, but I'd much rather go out, you know, like you said, out in Cape York or something like that, and spend time out there in the wilderness. Good morning, Bug. How are you doing this morning? How are things in the high desert today? Appreciate you joining the stream. Speaking of the desert and spiders, I think I mentioned the trip. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, everybody's got their thing, right? And we've got plenty of poisonous snakes and stuff here too. Rattlesnakes, copperheads. I mean, where I live, we've got rattlesnakes, copperheads, and water moccasins. And all of them are pretty nasty. I don't think they're as lethal as some of the stuff you guys have, but I wouldn't want to get bit by one. And I've been close to copperheads. I've seen one rattlesnake and a fair number of copperheads and a couple of water moccasins. I went and played golf on this course, and it was covered up with snakes. I think we saw 9 or 10 snakes the whole time. Now, most of them were black snakes, but there was one water moccasin and one copperhead. It was pretty crazy. On a golf course. And, of course, you go down in Florida, we got alligators on the golf course. I guess we have alligators and you have crocodiles, I think, is the distinction, right? But, yeah. And I've spent a fair amount of time in the wilderness. I have yet to see a bear, at least up close. I mean, like, you know, within 100 yards. I've seen bears from a distance, but there was a news article. There was a guy on bicycling in the Blue Ridge Mountains, and he came around a corner and ran into a bear. And unfortunately, I don't think the bear killed him. I think the wreck killed him, but it was a fatal encounter nonetheless. But black bears are not super large, and they're bigger than like a dog or something, obviously. But they weigh 300-400 pounds at least, if not bigger. It's the grizzlies that we're famous for here. Scare the crap out of everybody, as they should. Yeah, everybody's got their thing, except for Hawaii. Hawaii doesn't have anything dangerous, apparently. No poisonous spiders, no poisonous snakes, no bears. All right. Well, I'm glad you joined us, Bug. Hope all is going well for you. There we go. Concrete slab. That's what we needed. What a Goomba I was. Alright. Activate the anchor. Crane mode. It's a koala bear. Yeah. I had never heard that before until like maybe 6 months ago. Somebody was talking about koala bears and talking about they had chlamydia, and I was like, what? But apparently it's the case. Yeah, you guys have got some interesting critters. There's no doubt. Because you've got is it the capybara that's in Australia as well? Why is this view so off? Can't tell if I'm... Or capybara, something like that. Yeah. Well, but you see tourists hugging them all the time, and it's like, you may not want to do that. Oh, only one of these fits on the truck at a time? Oh, God. This is getting more and more frustrating. All right. Whatever. And I can't hook a trailer up to this thing right now because I've got the crane on it. Oh, Lordy. Well, there's like a... I think it's like the world's largest rodent or something. But yeah, kookaburras are cool creatures too. They're the ones that kill snakes, eat snakes, or at least they're well known for it. I remember seeing something about that. Maybe I got my animals mixed up. It's been a while since I delved into Australian wildlife, but yeah. But going back to the desert story, I went to the Grand Canyon with my uncle when I was like 15 or so, and was surprised at how fast tarantulas are, and that they travel in packs, which is especially during the breeding season. They travel in giant herds, like 200-300 spiders apparently. But you know, you see them, like, I mean, people have them as pets and stuff here, and they seem to move pretty slow. I've handled two. Once the Natural Museum here in the Smithsonian, they let you handle one, and then one at a zoo. You would think, yeah, but you know, in the movies and everything, they always move so slow. And you know, when they're in a pet store or whatever, they seem to move really slow. But man, out in the desert, they are trucking it. You can barely see them; they go so fast. So it was pretty crazy. And then I stopped at a water fountain because they have water fountains along the trail at the Grand Canyon. Yeah. Yep. Migrating waves. Do they? Yeah, you've seen them, Bug. Yeah, I thought you probably would have. That's a pretty freaky looking thing. Giant herd of freaking tarantulas. But I was drinking at the water fountain, and my uncle looked at me and he was like, all right, don't move too quickly when you're done. And I was like, what? And I turned my head ever so slightly, and there was a tarantula sitting there drinking from the water fountain, because you know, the water fountain had like a shallow bowl, and he was sitting there drinking some water. I was like, what? He didn't seem bothered by me at all. I guess he was used to people being there, but that's as close as I ever want one to my face. I know people will put, you know, people who have them as pets they'll crawl into your mouth and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. I don't want any part of that. But yeah, spiders are fascinating creatures. And I don't know how affectionate they are as pets, but a couple people that I know that have them as pets say that they're, you know, Mormon crickets. What is a Mormon cricket? I've never heard of a Mormon cricket. Interesting. And I would say tarantulas are sort of like the woodsman spider, but I mean, do people get bit by woodsman spiders? Or they're pretty harmless, aren't they? One could definitely say that would be worse than being bitten by the tarantula. Just to have a bunch of crickets there preaching to you outside your house. Okay, there we go. We got the right thing this time. Jeez Louise, what a mess. Well, at least we got the right consumables. Well, that's saying something. There's a lot of ugly bugs, but I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of such a thing. Now, are they like other grasshoppers and stuff, where they get in swarms, or that you just run into them one at a time? Because we have what's called a camelback cricket here, and I hate those things. They get in your house. They get like in your basement and stuff, or in a closet, outdoor closet. Stotty's like, I gotta check that out. This sounds terrifying. Crickets that preach to you. But yeah, I'll definitely look it up after the stream. Probably the ugliest bug we have here is probably a mole cricket. They're pretty ugly little critters. But you only find them around creeks and stuff. That's a basic cricket in Australia. Well, of course it is. You're Australia. Yeah, that's the problem you have right there. They start getting into swarms and they just wipe out everything. And I was not aware of this. I always thought locusts and grasshoppers were different, but apparently when whatever causes them to swarm, they're grasshoppers until they swarm and then they're labeled locusts. And I could be wrong about that, but I remember listening to a podcast or somebody was saying that, and I was like, what? Really? Because I always thought locust swarm was basically crickets or grasshoppers. But we get these humpback crickets, or camelback crickets. Camelback crickets, one of the two. And they're a pretty ugly little bugger. And they're annoying. And they don't, it's weird, like most crickets and grasshoppers, when you try to catch them, they jump away from you. Camelback crickets jump at you, which is really cane toads. Yeah. Yeah, that is... You know, humans keep messing with the environment, and it doesn't do them any good. They just F it up. We've got so many examples of that here in the United States. And it's like, what were you thinking? Cane toads are pretty big, aren't they, Stotty? I recognize the name, but I don't... Well, the anacondas that we were talking about earlier in Florida, they weren't brought in. They were brought in as pets, obviously. They weren't brought in to fix a problem, but still, it's like you guys keep messing around and bringing stuff, and it gets out of hand. Size of a soccer ball? What? That's a big toad. That I mean, we get some big frogs, some bullfrogs here. They're pretty big. I've never seen one that big. That's crazy. Wow. I'm sure it could eat a lot of grasshoppers or crickets. That's crazy. All right, let's see here. Well, good morning, everybody. Appreciate everybody joining us. Oh, Yeah, so he's feeding the snot out of it. Yeah. So it was a fat cane toad. It's like when people overfeed their dogs or cats. Alright, restore, pack, and let's go deliver. Chunky boy. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's funny some of the stuff people keep as pets. We have jumping spiders, these little tiny spiders. They're literally cute, as long as you're not like an arachnophobe. They're cute little spiders, and people keep them as pets. And apparently, they live for quite a while, but they're little tiny things. But I guess it's somehow you make a bond with a little critter, and he just hangs out with you. You know, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. I haven't heard that. Anacondas and pythons, yes. And, you know, obviously gators are pretty much native to Florida, but now gators are all over the place because people they get them as pets and then they throw them in the sewer. I think that's where they came from in like New York and stuff. But I'll have to look that up, because that would be bad. Now crocodiles are big monsters. Big monsters. The gators we have now are big enough. We don't need more of them. Yeah. So do you guys have both there? That's what I was trying to think if you have both in Australia. I think we only have gators. I don't think we have, at least not from a native standpoint, I don't think we have crocodiles. I could be wrong. I'm no herpetologist. Don't need no four-wheel drive. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I guess it depends on the size of the gator. I mean, we get some pretty big gators here. You know, 10, 12 feet long. Oh, okay. So you have two types of crocodiles. Okay. Well, that's cool. I'm trying to think if I've got anybody else in my community that's from Australia. I think I've got somebody from New Zealand. I don't think I think he's originally from England, but he lives in New Zealand. No water is safe. Yeah, between the crocs and the sharks, you got a whole shark thing going on down there too. Of course, everybody's got a shark thing these days. They keep coming closer and closer inland. I guess the theory is because we're cleaning out the fish so bad out in the ocean that the sharks have decided to come in closer to shore where there's still food. I don't know if that's true or not, but that seems to be the going theory. Sharks I find fascinating as well. Sharks, snakes, spiders. It's all cool stuff. I went to the aquarium in Atlanta, Georgia one time, and they had a tour that went over the shark tanks where you could walk over the shark tanks and like see them fairly up close. It was kind of cool. And then they hunt sharks. That would be crazy to watch. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now, is that naturally occurring mercury, or is that from like mining operations or something? Or logging? I think logging is what puts mercury in the water, I think. I don't know. I'm sure there's lots of things that put mercury in the water. Alright, we'll stop this one. We'll swap over to the Fleet Star. We'll deliver this to the preacher's house, which I think is fairly close by. Mining? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that makes sense. There's a crazy substance, mercury. I'll turn the lights on so I can see where I'm going. I used to play this over at a friend's house. And they called it trucking in the dark because when I was playing just the base game, it seemed like it was dark more often than it was light. So, oh, you live downstream from Virginia City? Okay, yeah, well, there you go. Yep, don't mess with the water. Of course, there's a lot of water, or there's a lot of mercury in water naturally, as I understand it. That's why, like, pregnant women aren't supposed to eat tuna fish or too much tuna fish or something like that, because it's got a lot of mercury in it. Because they're at the sort of the top of the food chain, so the mercury accumulates in their system. And I guess tuna are hard to raise on raised by farm where you can clean the mercury out, but. Oh, preacher's house, preacher's house, preacher's house. There we go. Taking me a whole stream to do this one mission. $5,000. Oh, nice. Well, that was good, considering everything I had to do to get it done. Lots of cinnabar in the geology. Cinnabar? Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's the same kind of thing. Same issue. Harry, how you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, man, I love this game. I've played it before, but it's been probably closer to a year. Oh, okay, so that's a mineral. Okay, cool. And with the new, yeah, you too? Yeah, with the new Roadcraft coming out next year, I thought I'd get back into this and see if I can't finish the game, and thought it'd be fun to stream. Apparently a lot of people like it, so I certainly do. All right, so I need to figure out what we're doing next. Oh, that's way out there. You're Dutch and you're 73 years old. Excellent. Glad you're still gaming. You got a few years on me. A decade and a touch, maybe, but that's about it. But, yeah, it's... yeah, I'm glad you enjoy it. It's a fun game. And it's a chill game. That's why I do it on the weekends. I do World of Warships Legends on the weekdays. Especially nowadays, not quite so chill, unfortunately. But... all right, let's see. What are we going to do? Do the pipe dream? Yes. Yeah. Well, and it makes for a fun game. It's easy to play while you talk. World of Warships, I get myself in trouble sometimes when I'm talking and not paying attention and get killed. But, all right, so concrete slab and 2 service parts. Well, I could do that fairly easily. Let's see. Let's back up. Let's turn around and get some fuel here. Well, I appreciate you joining. Hope you enjoy the stream. Certainly get in on the conversation. Talk about pretty much anything other than politics and religion. I have played War Thunder, not extensively, but I have played it. Mostly the airplanes. I played the Navy version of it, or the naval warfare version. played the ships, and I like their system. It's a cool system. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of people playing it. But yeah, I thought that game would do better than it has, to be honest. And I don't know what. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's holding War Thunder back. But yeah, I think it's a cool game. Like I said, I like their combat system a lot, where you hit specific things. Everyone's in realistic. Is that what it is? Okay, yeah, because I don't do realistic yet. That's you got to be a sweaty player to be in realistic. But I can understand why. I mean, even the casual mode, whatever they call that, is pretty good. I mean, I like that when like when I was playing the ships, I like the fact that when I hit the ship, it shows me what I damaged. So that's pretty cool. World of Warships Legends combat system is much simpler, but yeah. No, I agree, Harry. It's a good way to just kill some time and have fun, and I like finding trucks and whatnot. So yeah, the realistic side is definitely sweat. And I've got limited time to game, and so I mean I'm stretching myself playing 3 games, streaming 3 games or playing 3 games now. Like the Space Marines, the new Space Marines game, I could probably play that every minute that I have time to game, but I can't do that. Just don't have that kind of time. And I enjoy too many, I enjoy all these games, so. Bricks, wooden planks, and fuel. That's what I've done here, Harry. I've got it pretty much set at hardcore, but with a not so much so far. Like, are you talking like Rust or Ark or something like that? I've tried. I can't get into those. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm shooting for on this one, Harry. Is I started out with a pickup truck, $5,000. I think everything I've got it set up basically like hardcore, except that I played Valheim a little bit. I don't get into those as much. But yeah, I set this up as hardcore, Harry, and then all I did was make the tires available, essentially, because I don't like that you have to earn the tires. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm trying to make it reasonably realistic. I try to play it reasonably realistic and see, how much I can make. So yeah, so everything costs, fuel costs, recovery costs, everything costs money here. Now I didn't ramp it up because with the New Game Plus you can like double the cost of things. I didn't do that. So there's this one. I'd have to go back for that one. So we'll do this one, because this one I can do here in this map. So concrete slab and service parts. Okay, wait, hold up. 2 service parts I can get those now. Because I think the first time I played this game, I played it like on the normal mode, and you can get through the game really quickly that way. And I also haven't done things like, and I'm sure you're aware, but one of the sort of first things you do is you can go to one of the Russian maps and recover the Taiga Tiger truck. I don't remember what the number is for that one, but it's an incredible truck, and you can basically play the whole game with that, and you can recover that right off the bat because it's a free truck, and go from there. I haven't done anything like that. I'm proceeding in this game as if I'm running a business, and so I'm only buying what I have to. And I'm not going to another state until I pretty much finish Michigan, because that makes sense to me. If I was running a business in Michigan, or started my business in Michigan, and then I had opportunities in Wisconsin, I'd have to build the business in Michigan first, and then I'll go through the United States, and then I'll start going, like, I'll go through because it's like Michigan, Wisconsin, Maine, Tennessee, I think, and then I'll do Alaska, and then I'll do Russia. I know the Russian trucks are more fun or cooler, but if I were an American business person starting out, small business person, I wouldn't go to Russia right after I started my business in Michigan. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, crane mode activated. Oops, getting a little crazy with the height of the crane here. And I know people, seeing as you're new to the stream, people have asked me about doing mods. I will probably, I won't use mods, generally speaking, playing. What's going on? But I may upload some mods just to show them to folks. I'll probably start doing that maybe next weekend. We'll see. And I do have expeditions as well. I may play that some just so people can see what it's about. So far, I've just finished a tutorial on expeditions, and it's okay, but I like this better. And this is more like what Roadcraft's going to be. So from the standpoint of oops, no, I don't want to remove the cargo. There we go. Sort of what I'm trying to accomplish, which is get... You're on the fence with that game? With expeditions? Alright, I'll play some next weekend. I'll start off with this, but the last hour of the stream, I'll pull up expeditions, and you can take a look at that, so you get some idea what it is. I mean, it's a fine game. It just, you're doing just sort of exploring, as far as I can tell. I mean, again, I haven't gotten very far in the game, but it's a cool concept. The controls are a little different than this. I think some people it'll suit them. I know I've got a couple people in my community that like it, which is fine. That's the beauty of having a marketplace with so many different games. You find what you like. I don't know, there's something about this that I find more entertaining. Alright, so I'll pick up that trailer and pick up the concrete slab. Yeah. And there's some parts of it that are interesting, like the anchor and stuff like that, but and the drone. I really like the drone. I think that's a cool idea. Yep. And that is true. That is very true. At least from what I've seen so far, that's essentially what you're doing, is you're just four-wheeling. And they've got some cool maps on there. I think it's the same engine as this, but they revised it. It could be a different engine. But it's got plenty of trucks in it, and it's the same thing where you modify the trucks and you unlock mods doing missions. I don't know that you find the mods out in the wild, but you do unlock them doing different missions. So, but I mean, it's got some cool features to it. Yeah. I think because it uses... The engine is very different. The controls are very different. That I think that would have been tough to do. But yeah, I mean, it is a very different game, so I understand why they didn't do it as a DLC. But did I leave the trailer back there? No. Where did I leave the trailer? Yeah, okay. And it's got some cool vehicles in it, and the modifications are a little different. But you do a lot of exploring. Like, the mission that I was working on yesterday with it, because I was playing a little bit yesterday, because people had asked me about it as much as anything else. And it's co-op, so you can play with friends, obviously. But I was using a metal detector that was mounted on top of the scout car, and looking for parts and looking for dinosaur bones, apparently, and you do something with those, and then you look for scrap metal, and then you can craft stuff out of the scrap metal, apparently, which is a little different. I haven't gotten into any of that yet, but I would like to learn how to play the game and what it's about, so when people ask, I can at least provide some sort of educated answer. I don't like answering people's questions if I don't know what it is. I mean, I won't. I'll just say I don't know, but I'll look. Really? Oh, okay. Let me get a little better alignment here. And I'm trying to think if did I pick it up on Game Pass? I might have bought that. I play often enough on the Xbox, as you can imagine, because I stream on the Xbox. But that I get probably ought to put the ramps up, huh? That I get a lot of the Xbox points or whatever it is. And those turn into coupons. You keep them until you get like a $25 coupon. That makes paying for a $40 game a whole lot easier. So I have done that. Oh my god. I drove right past. See, I'm running my mouth. I drove right past where I got to pick up the concrete block. Or concrete slab. And turning around with this stupid trailer's pain in the ass. Alright, let's turn around. You goofball. Tearing up man's yard. Oh, don't flip the truck. Don't flip the truck. Don't flip the truck. Don't flip the truck. Tearing up the guy's yard. Almost flipped the truck. There we go. Take out the telephone pole. Alright, let's go back and get the slab. Ugh. I've clearly not had enough coffee yet this morning. My brain is not functioning. This is the advantage of a twin screw truck. I know when I worked in some of the trucking business, that was one of the things we'd go. It was the moving business, so my guys would deliver. I'd go out and do like an estimate for the move or whatever, and you'd have a muddy driveway or whatever, and so I had to call my guys, and in most cases, because they had dual rear wheels, both of them powered, mud usually wasn't a problem. So isn't always the case, but you know what, I'm just gonna pay to have it loaded on the trailer. It's easier. Make sure I load the right thing. How many slabs? Just one? Okay. Alright. This may be... it might have been easier just to unload this and then come back up and get it in the truck. Because driving down into the quarry with a trailer is a pain in the ass. But I'm going to do it anyway. Just 'cause. For the content. So what time is it where you are, Harry? Don't we have somebody? Oh, Noriko is... I think that... Yeah. Noriko's Dutch. He's a streamer. He streams Fortnite right now. He did used to stream World of Warships, but he hops on here every once in a while. Oh yeah, it's a little tougher to pull with concrete slabs on there. So you're my second Dutch viewer. Follower. Yeah, 15. Okay. Yeah, because I got a UTC clock, and it's at, which is, I guess, Greenwich Mean Time, I'm guessing. And it's like 13:13, so. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, these... So, black soil, huh? Is that... I wonder if that's like peat. Because that would make sense if it was real soft like peat, or like peat. Peat tends to be really black soil as well. Alright, let's gear down, lock the diffs, go slow. Easy. Easy. It's bottomless? Okay, yeah, that sounds like peat. What we call peat. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, like I've got a winch on my Jeep, but you got to have someplace to winch to. And they do make anchors like they have in Expeditions, but and I've got synthetic line on my Jeep, so it doesn't stretch and snap back if it breaks or comes loose, which is a good safety feature. But it's still, you don't want to be dealing with anything like that. We get, where I am, it's, Lord, I'm going to flip this truck. What we get is we have this really slick, hard clay. It's a red clay. And when it gets wet, the top like 2 inches get really soft, but then you hit the harder part, but it gets really slick. So getting out of it is very difficult, and it clogs up your tires so quick. But yeah, I haven't been out in the Jeep in a while. I'm probably, yeah. I do love it. You know, it's got the cloth top on it, so I take the top off, take the doors off. It is so much fun. Waited most of my adult life to get one, and finally got one, so enjoy the hell out of it. Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep, you can do that too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what you're talking about. There are options. Yeah. Oh, the FJ40. There's one in the city near me. Well, when we went to Windrock, there were 2 guys there that had FJ40s that were like completely restored, original factory color and everything. They were a lot of fun. I mean, one guy ripped his axle right off the leaf spring though. That wasn't fun. Am I gonna be able to make this turn with a trailer? Yikes. Okay. Okay. Alright. We're doing it. We're doing it. Yeah, okay. Alright, that worked. Yeah, FJ40s are... They're as close to a Willys Jeep as you can get without being a Willys Jeep. So much fun. Those Nissan Patrols are nice, though. I wish we could get those here in the United States. We got a Pathfinder, and while it's a capable vehicle, at least yeah, very prone to rust. The Pathfinder, like the original, the first 2 generations of the Pathfinder were pretty capable trucks, but it was a feature, not a bug, huh? Come on, you can do it. Get up there. Come on. Get those lock and diffs working. Ugh, God, these rocks. Oops. Get over these boulders. Go on this side. It keeps clipping into the mountain there. There we go. Yeah, that's my understanding as well. So it's seems to be the case. You know, when I watch a fair number of off-roading YouTube channels, and that seems to be the consensus, is that the drive line on the Toyotas or on the Nissan is stronger, because you see people with these modified. I guess it's like in the UAE or Dubai or someplace, which I guess is sort of the same thing. See these guys with these modified Nissan Patrols racing on the dunes and stuff. So the driveline seems to really be able to take a lot of modification. But yeah, the Toyotas, most of their engines are bulletproof. The new ones on the Tundras here in the United States apparently are having some issues. So they're not quite as bullet. I did get rid of the concrete, didn't I? Oh, whew. I thought for a second I still had it on there. That was going to suck. Alright, let's get out of the quarry here. And I'll drive up and get the Scout, and then get the Scout fuel carrier. And I think at this point we might have to go back to Black Mountain and get some of those missions done. But I wanted to have a oh, jeez. I wanted to have a second truck before I did them. Getting out of this quarry with a trailer is a pain in the ass. Yeah, we actually have a dealer here where I live that sells gray market vehicles, and they sell Nissan Patrols, right-hand drive Nissan Patrols. So, oh, it's a 4.8 liter. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, everything but the service station. Yeah, make sure you got some jerry cans on there for carrying your extra fuel if you're going anywhere. But yeah, that's cool, man. Like I said, I'd love to be. I wish I had the money to buy some of this stuff. Again, I'm a big Subaru fan, so you know, there's lots of Subarus I'd like to have. Where am I going? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? Oh, I did. I should have taken... Oh, jeez. Well, we'll go do a little off-roading here, see if we can get over there this way. Isn't there a truck, another truck over here somewhere? Yikes! Yikes! All right, don't flip it! Don't flip it! Whoa, easy! Easy on the gas. Go right. Yeah. I missed it. Oh well. Thanks, Harry. See, this is what I'm talking about. I get, you know, this is what gets me in trouble on World of Warships Legends, because I'll be chatting with folks, which I like to do, obviously, and I won't notice that I'm broadside to some battleship that just wipes me off the map. So. Alright, I'm going to drop this trailer here for the moment, because as I recall, There is another truck out here. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see if I can get the Scout out without having to tow it out of here. I don't know. It's not looking good. Don't roll this thing over and I'll be all right. Get out of the ditch. That's what got me. That's why it's here anyway. I got the other one in the ditch. So let's do this. Let's go. We'll take the Scout. We'll go fill the tank up. Yeah. Like I said, when I was a kid, we had a friend that had one of these. And it was a lot of fun. I mean, and they're supposedly going to bring it back here in the States, some version of it. But some version of it is, you know, like the new Land Cruiser we have here. I mean, it's a nice looking vehicle. Looks like it's pretty capable. I haven't seen too many of them in the wild yet, but, you know, they're interesting. It's just everything's so expensive right now. It's like I couldn't even think about dropping, I don't know, 55, 60 grand for a Land Cruiser. Because Land Cruisers here in the United States have traditionally been a luxury vehicle. Yeah. Well, I agree to some degree with you. However, it's a pretty good truck. There's a fair number of people who have them. There's a couple people who have them at work, and it's a pretty good vehicle. But it's just not the same. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Like my brother's got a Japanese domestic market one, right-hand drive, but it's got all kinds of, you know, leather seats and all kinds of gadgets on it and everything else. So I think most of them were. You know, he'd love to get his hands on a Series 70, I think it is. Isn't that what the UN drives? Is like a Series 70? And they're hard to get. But he'd love to have one of those. You know, more utilitarian. And that's sort of I wish they had done that to some degree with the... What is going on? Can't get up the hill. Yeah, I guess I could have it in four-wheel drive. I wish they had done that to some degree with... Now, the new FJ America... You're talking about that... I don't think they make it anymore. You're talking about, like, 8-10 years ago. Yeah, that thing was... I mean, look, there's a bunch of people who love those things here. There's whole clubs of them. But yeah, it wasn't an FJ as far as I'm concerned. It just didn't make any sense. I have yet to find a fuel trailer I can pull fuel from, so I got to keep paying for it. Look at how much the rear wheel is spinning on this thing. It's got these mud tires have got no traction on asphalt. You know, I'm gonna have to replenish the service parts on this too. Oh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Really? Huh. Because they're considered legendary here, but you know, everybody's got different ideas. That's interesting. Because like I said, I think my brother's is a 90 series. I think. I don't think it's 100. I think it's a 90. Might be 100. If Bender gets on, he'll be able to tell me. I can never keep all that stuff straight. But my brother loves it. He's done a ton of modifications to it. It's got 70-inch tires. It's got like a 4-inch lift on it. And all kinds of racks on it. And he had to do a lot of work just to get it running properly, but he's modified the turbo, he's modified the transmission, he's modified the lockers, I think, or some part of the suspension. So he's done a ton of work to it. But it's a monster. It is an absolute monster. The thing that surprised me is how small it is on the inside. Yeah, I agree. Alright, so the roof rack's full. Ooh, that was expensive. It's not what I wanted to do, but it's the easiest way to get fuel to all my vehicles here. Alright, let's go out and we'll do... What time is it now? It's only 9:30. Okay. So we've got about another hour and a half. So let's go out and recover this truck. I remember there being a truck out this way somewhere. But it's interesting, Stoddy, what you were saying about just driving around and four-wheeling. Yeah, there's, and I think you were the one that mentioned the modded. People have made their own maps, and there's some really cool ones that are just made just for four-wheeling. But yeah, the scenery is so pretty in this game that I could see doing that easily. And I have done that sometimes. When I used to play, I'd just drive. I'd spend like the whole session, a couple hours or whatever that I was going to play, just driving around in the Scout and finding stuff and driving up and taking pictures of the view and stuff like that. It was because it's pretty. It's a beautiful game. I don't do a whole lot of if you'll notice, I don't do a whole lot of driving in the cockpit. I know some of the missions require it, but I just like watching the truck operate. So there's not much of a view when you're looking out the front windshield. And I feel like my head's like right on top of the steering wheel. And just drive around on it. That's cool. I can see it, man. Like I said, some of these maps are, and I haven't spent really any time on modded maps, so I'm sure those guys, people taking their time and building what they really like. I bet you it's pretty. I've seen some videos and stuff from modded maps, but that's been about it. Like I said, I think what I'll start doing is like on Friday, I'll start seeing what the newest mods are, and if there's some cool ones, I may load them up into the game and just drive them around a little bit so people can see them. Do like top mod of the week or something along those lines. Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? Well, and I was watching a video on. I mean, it's really amazing what. When I was a kid, we didn't have video games. But once they started coming out on a regular basis, people kept saying, well, you're wasting your time on video games. And granted, I've wasted a lot of time on video games. I mean, it's entertaining to me. It's no different than watching TV or watching a movie or reading a book or whatever. From that from my personal standpoint. But nowadays, apparently, on Fortnite, kids are making money on Fortnite without ever playing the game. All they do is make mods. They make all these modded maps for Fortnite, and then I guess they get compensated based on how much people use them. That I forget who's it. Is it EA that does? No, it's not EA. Who is it that makes Fortnite? Anyway, but apparently they're paying. These kids are making bank. Making mods for Fortnite. Oh, easy. Yeah, they make skins, they make mods. Yep. Epic Games, that's it, thank you. But yeah, it's crazy. And I know when I used to play Fallout, there was some modders on there that would, you know, set up a Patreon and whatnot, and if they had a really desirable skin, they, you know, you had to join their Patreon for a month or whatever, so they'd make $1 or $2 on them. And then of course, you know, the really big modders for Fallout, you know, that came out with New Vegas and well, maybe not New Vegas, but the London one. You know, I'm sure they're making money on it in some fashion. So, you know, it's cool that the modding scene is so strong for so many of these games. And I know a lot of people will, like on Nexus, you can donate. They can't charge for the things, I don't think. I don't think Nexus allows that, but people can donate to you. And people do. Which is cool too. I mean, you know I have. You know, if somebody makes a really cool skin or a really cool mod, I'm more than happy to donate to them to help them in the effort. You know, you get somebody who's got 2 million downloads, it doesn't take long before, you know, somebody donating a couple bucks every once in a while can make a difference for them. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, and I mean, doing the streaming is sort of the same kind of thing. I mean, you can that's the cool thing about this whole internet marketplace, is that you can set it up, and if people want to support you, they can. If people don't, you know, if they can't afford it or whatever, they can support in other ways, obviously. But you know, it's cool that people can donate to you and stuff, and there are streamers who make darn good money on donations. And I'm not talking about just the streamers that are doing it based on their aesthetics, so to speak, OnlyFans and that kind of stuff, but just gaming streamers, obviously. You know, you've got people who are monetized. I think on YouTube, I think at 500 subscribers, and you have to have a certain number of watch hours, but you can start taking donations, do fan funding as they call it. And then at 1,000 subscribers, you can start getting paid ad revenue, though it's not a lot, but there. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Exactly. All right, so let's switch trucks. Let me refuel this one first. All right. Let's go recover this truck. I know there's a truck out here somewhere, out in the swamp. Do remember that. Yeah, but I think I will do that. I'll try to remember to look up some mods on Friday, see what the newest mods for the week are, because you can sort it by most recent, and maybe I'll load one of those up, start the stream off with that, so people can see what's out there. I think that would be interesting. Oh, you know what? Did I not get... I don't think I got the service parts redone on this. Yeah, there's that too. Yep, I can do that. Yeah, see, oh, darn it. Forgot all about that. All right. Let's change trucks. Turn the engine off on that one. Change trucks again. So back this thing up here. We'll refuel. And I think I got the whole roof rack still available, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, jeez, almost killed myself. Yeah, I watched somebody, one of the better known modders on for SnowRunner had a video, I think, on his channel on how he creates the mods, and it was a pretty cool process. I'd like to get into that at some point, but yeah, I don't. It's all about having the time to do it, but it is a cool process. All right, I got to go back and get some service parts here if we're going to recover this truck. So, and some tires. They roll a whole lot easier if the tires aren't all busted up. Got to be easy on the gas. This thing bounces around way too much. Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. But it's nice that you can do that. I mean, whether you do it in the real world or in a game, it's cool that you can do that kind of stuff. And that's kind of the weird thing with like the Teslas and maybe even the Rivians, even though I'm sure people will start figuring out how to mod those. I mean, some people already have rich rebuilds and stuff like that, but there just doesn't seem to be as much to work with there to get it really looking the way you want and driving the way you want. But I could be wrong. I'm sure I'm sure people are out there modding those things. Yeah, that's a lot of work. That is a lot of work. It's good that you've done it once, but nope, that's not where I want to be. Yeah, this is where I need to be. Okay. Had to double up on the never do it again, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I used to like working on cars all the time, and I've gotten, I guess because I've gotten older, and I just don't enjoy it like I used to. Yeah. New body panels and all that stuff. That's one of the things that I wish I had learned how to do a long time ago, was weld. There's so much stuff you can do if you can weld. You got a Skyline? What year Skyline do you have? Let's resupply parts. Yep. Resupply wheels. Yep. All right. Yeah, I'd like to get back to the point where I enjoyed working on a car, but right now I don't. I used to love doing it, but... And I've got, I've got a friend of mine that's really good on working on cars. My brother's really good on it, so... 92? Nice. Oh, it was your dad's car. Cool. Yeah, they're great cars. I actually like the older generation of the cars, the smaller ones. The newer ones I don't care for too much in the way they look, but I mean the capabilities are incredible, but I don't know. But I do like the old body styles. An amazing machine for sure. It's getting all torn up. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, the Supers are nice too. The new Supers I don't care for. I don't know what's going on with car design these days. I mean, there's some cars that I like the design of, modern cars, but for the most part, and maybe it's just because of my age. I grew up in the 80s, 70s and 80s. And so I like the older cars better. Like the Subarus, the GC8 body style is just chef's kiss to me. 22Bs and stuff like that are the pinnacle of car design as far as I'm concerned. At least Subaru design, but yeah, well, I'm sure it's a rocket ship. Well, that's the other thing is they've gotten so heavy. The Skylines have. They were a relatively small car and fairly lightweight back in the day. But now they're so heavy. Oh, is it? Yeah. Yep. I agree. I mean, there is some stuff I like, but, modern stuff that I like, but it's not much. Alright, let's change trucks. Let's move this truck forward some so I can get hooked up to this trailer, and then I'll hook up to this thing. Yeah, it is a boat. You're exactly right. Well, the new STIs and stuff, Super STIs. I mean, they're nice, comfortable cars. They got a lot of room in them, but they're so heavy, like 3,300 pounds or something. It's crazy. But yeah, the new Skylines are they're giant. And depending on, a lot of them are, full of luxury features and stuff, which just adds more weight. So it's like, no, I don't want to attach a trailer. There we go. It's not a sports car to me. Now, like the Subaru, they call it a BRZ here. I don't know what they call it overseas, but it's fairly lightweight. It doesn't have a ton of horsepower, but it handles really well because it's not heavy. Yeah, when it's working, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the ones I've always had, I mean, every Subaru I think I've had so far has been over 200,000 miles. I'm on my 7th Subaru. I've got an Outback, and it's got like 191,000 miles on it. Now, it's needed maintenance. It hasn't been perfectly reliable, but most of it's been typical stuff, changing out the timing belt and that kind of stuff. Most of it's been maintenance stuff, but some of it's been repair. BRZ, yep. You got both? Yeah, we do too, yep. Yeah, that's great. And those are really nice cars. I like them. They're a sports car to me. They don't weigh a ton, rear-wheel drive, low, don't need a ton of power. It's got good power though. The new ones, the second generation the power is better. It's nicer drive from what I understand. But Oh, yeah. Oop. So you have a turbo version? I didn't know there was a turbo. We don't have a turbo version. So, now people have put turbos on them. And they are stupid quick, yeah. Because they don't weigh anything. Well, they don't weigh as much. And they're fairly lightweight for a modern car. And I understand the weight thing. You know, some of it's, you know, safety features and stuff, which is great, but... you know, weight is a performance killer. That's why people buy things like Ariel Atoms and crazy stuff like that. That's a mess out there. If I remember correctly, what I did was I drove through here, drove around the edge of the woods. And that truck was out here somewhere. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So Subaru doesn't have an STI version with a turbo. Interesting. But you can get a TRD version. Huh. Well, that's cool. I bet you that thing is stupid quick then. Especially if it's a factory installed turbo system. So it's tuned and everything properly for it. That's crazy. Good to know. You've enhanced my vehicular knowledge. Appreciate that. That's cool. Yeah, I don't keep up with my car stuff like I used to, unfortunately. Not in the market for a car anytime soon, so... unfortunately, I've gotten to the point where... yeah. Yeah, well, there you go. I've gotten to the point, unfortunately, where cars are becoming more of an appliance for me. I still enjoy them, but you know, between cost of a vehicle and insurance and everything else, I have unfortunately gotten... oh, there it is. Okay, so let's see. Let's go here, here, here. See if we can squeeze between. Can we squeeze between trees? No, we better not. Let's, whoop. Diff lock. There we go. Boost by gear. That's funny. Yeah. Well, you know, again, it's, you know, power to weight ratio and all that stuff makes a huge difference. Well, and even the off-roading, like when we went to Windrock, everybody had these side-by-side, Can-Am side-by-sides and stuff, which I'm sure you've got those in Australia as well. And that seemed to be the way to really off-road, because if you break an axle or you know, mash up the suspension or whatever, you put it back on the trailer and you drive home. No big deal. Whereas, like, my Jeep is, at the time that I was at Windrock, was basically my daily driver. And I had to be real careful with it and still had problems. So, you know, my brother's Land Cruiser is not his daily driver, so he's got a little more freedom there, but... you know, I probably shouldn't have dragged this trailer all the way out here. Well, I'll detach it now. Alright, let's go fix this truck. There we go. Let's see, let's get where we can see the depth of the water here, because I don't have a snorkel on this yet. That's excellent. That's excellent. That makes a lot of sense. Alright, let's fix 4 of the wheels. Fix the gas tank, fix the engine. That should do it. We don't need to fix anything else. Alright. Now, can I get turned around here? Not easily. There we go. Just need to use a winch a little bit. Yeah, that's I like that. Well, and like the problem I had, we were on a trail on Windrock. I think it was like one of the first trails I'd been on. And I was pushing the bumper up against this rock, and then I was going to roll my wheel up on the rock. And it was a tall rock. I mean, it was like 2.5 feet tall. And a little chip of the rock, when I hit it with my bumper, it was hard enough that it threw a little chip, probably about the size of, I don't know, like a fun-sized candy bar. And that went into my fan, my radiator fan, and punched a hole in my radiator. So I winched up over the rock, and as I'm winching up over the rock, my brother was guiding me, spotting me, and he's like, "Dude, you got fluid coming out of the." I was like, "Oh crap!" So we had to leave it on the mountain, get with my cousins because they were coming up to visit with us, or go running with us, and they stopped by an auto parts store and bought a radiator, and we went up there. We were up there at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, putting a new radiator in my Jeep. And then I drove it home, and I was just like, you know what? I think that's enough for today. So it was a bit of a disaster, unfortunately, but it's just one of those things. I wasn't trying to be crazy with it because, again, I had to drive it home, 7 hours home. But fortunately, our cousins were able to get it all fixed up for me, or help me get it all fixed up, and But I didn't do much off-road. I did a little bit, but not much. Just stayed on the easy trails after that because I was like, I got to drive it home. So, yeah. All right, so let's see. Can I drive through? Put it in low. Put the diffs on. Unfortunately, the Jeep, like you said, with selling your Supra, your Mark IV Supra to deal with the, or to get your dad's Skyline. Me getting the Jeep ready for that trip was a bit of a financial mistake as well, so I understand where you're coming from on that. All right, let's see. Low gear, lock the diffs, get the winch. I love how it drops into the... Oh, I didn't put any gas in it. Oh, jeez. Well, that's all right. I can pull it. Should be able to pull it out of here. See if I can pull it around this way. I don't want to try to pull it in between the trees. It'll get stuck. It's crazy some of the setups for people that have these trucking games. They're streaming setups where they got a wheel and they've got the dashboard, a mock dashboard, and a pedals and gear shift lever and the whole thing. It's like, man, that's some crazy dedication to the craft right there. All right, let's refuel this real quick. Top this off. You have a true sim. Oh, you've got a sim racing setup? Yeah, my buddy Flavor McNubbs does too. That's cool. Have you got the motion seat in it, or just the wheel and pedal setup? And are you using multiple monitors for that? Yeah, play SnowRunner. That's cool. Yeah, I was going to stream because I've got a Thrustmaster pedal and wheel setup, but I like it's hard to move the camera around on that without. I was going to try to set up the controller sort of in a way on the because I've got a frame that holds the wheel and pedals. I was going to try to set up so I could do that with one hand and steer with the other. But it just wasn't, I don't know, it was kind of clunky. And so I decided to just stick with the controller. But yeah, there's some great people got some great setups out there. Let's see. I guess let me I parked that trailer in a bad spot, clearly. Did not think that completely all the way through. Let's see, can I refuel the truck from here? Yeah. That should be enough. Now the question is how do I get the Scout out of here? I guess I'll just come back and get the Scout. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Now, do you have multiple monitors or just one big monitor? Let me pull this thing a little closer. It'll be a little easier to control. Keep it from catching on trees. That's probably close enough. Yeah. Yeah, and I can definitely understand it more like three curved monitors. Nice. Yeah, the V8 supercars, you know, we have NASCAR here, and it's very popular here. I'm not a fan of it personally. I mean, I don't have any problem with it, but, you know, the oval stuff. But your V8 supercars, that's some awesome racing right there. That is so much fun to watch. I catch it on YouTube every once in a while. That is a blast to watch. It's funny how much Australians seem like... It seems like we're both ex-colonies, so we seem to have the same kind of traits in many cases. Yeah. Bathurst is great. Alexa, stop. I forgot to clean those up yesterday. I was going to clean up the reminders so that it didn't bug me as much. But, you know, now lately. There's been some interesting developments in Australia, but yeah, it seems like so many similarities on sort of how we view the world there. But yeah, you still are in the Commonwealth, fair enough, but so is Canada. We broke completely free, obviously, but I mean, it's not like England has all that much to, you know, the UK has all that much to say about your laws and stuff, at least as far as I can tell. I could be completely wrong about that, but but again, there just seems to be a lot of similarities in sort of how Australians and Americans sort of view the world and whatnot, which is kind of cool. A lot of the same sort of frontier mentality. All right. You know my rules on politics, but you know, and it's an interesting, you know, obviously from a historical standpoint, it's sort of interesting how all three of those countries developed. So I think I'm stuck. I find the historical stuff very interesting. Am I too far away now? Alright. Let's try that. I think I'm on solid enough ground now I can pull this through. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I do have the engine on, right? Yeah, okay. Definitely easier if the engine's on the other truck. And God knows the world's gotten a lot stranger in the last, say, 10 years. So, again, I don't discuss politics, but there's a lot of face palming that goes on these days. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's very accurate. We can rip on each other, but there's no hard feelings. It's like two dudes just rip on each other. It's part of the friendship. You're not a real friend unless you're insulting your buddy on a regular basis. I think it's how we keep each other's skin thick. That's not to say that both Australians and Americans don't rip on the British as well, but because we certainly do, and enjoy the hell out of it. It is interesting to watch. Like I've watched, when one of the royal family comes to either Australia or Canada, and the way they're received versus when they come here to the United States. I mean, we're not mean or anything, obviously. We don't hold a grudge, but it's just the level of reverence is definitely different. We treat them more like celebrities, like Hollywood celebrities, than anything else. Yep. Looks like we're stuck again. There we go. Of course, I guess we have Meghan and Harry here now. Are they still here in the United States? I don't know. Whew, what a basket case she is. Well, there is that perspective. Yeah. It's like, oh no, send me to the prison island. I'll hate it. I promise. I'll hate it. Bye-bye. Go back to where you came from. Yeah, it's like I said. I've spent some time in England, not a ton, but like a week or so, and certainly enjoyed it. But it wasn't like France. Paris is a much nicer city than London and so forth. So it. Oh, jeez. All right, let's see. Whoop. There we go. I thought I was on solid ground over here, but apparently not. Let's try this again. Oh, now I'm too far away. Crap. Good Lord. Well, I got problems now. I am stuck. Wonder if there's more solid ground to the right here. The people were awkward. That's one way of putting it. Alright, so we'll release the winch. We'll attach the winch. And I'm going to try to winch this thing closer so that when I get on solid ground... Oh, Lord, it's pulling me back. Oh, I got it in reverse, goofball. Oh, jeez. What a dummy. It's still pulling me backwards. No, that's not where I want to attach. Let's see. Yeah, never been to Germany. I think we had a chance to go when I was in the Navy. There was like they had a trip planned where you could go to Germany, but I didn't put the tail on a tree. Yeah. Well, I think as long as yeah, I've done that with like the smaller vehicles. If all I've got is a Scout to recover with, I'll put the rear bumper on a tree, and that'll keep it from pulling it back. Yep, that's a good trick. I know there's solid ground here fairly close. If I can just pull this truck close enough that I get... Come on. Okay. Well, this has become far more complicated than I thought it would be. Because see, there's dry... There we go. Or at least not up... Well, up to the hubs. Let's see if this truck's close enough now. Of course, it's sinking as as I'm trying to get the winch spots together. We moving forward at all? I mean, I'm still up to my hubs in mud. Come on, baby, you can do it. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. I'm trying to figure out where there's more. I don't know if this ground's going to be more solid over here or not. There we go. Now we're making progress. Where's the trail? There's the trail. Okay. Now we got it. Let me pull this thing in a little closer. Yeah, there we go. We're just trading this in straight for cash. I got no use for a highway truck. Do. No, I have the headlights on already. All right. As long as I keep clear of the trees, we shouldn't have any problem getting this out of here. Still getting a lot of wheel spin. I'm trying to modulate the throttle some, but if I don't have it just mashed to the floor, we don't make any progress up the hill, but I'm burning up fuel at 10 liters a minute, 10, 11 liters a minute. That's a lot. But it should be enough to get it. Once we get out of here, it should be fine. Pull this in nice and close so we can get around this tree. Oops. Once again, driving in the dark. Alright, here we go. See, I feel like my head is too close to the steering wheel. See, I feel like my head should be back about another 6-8 inches or so, so it would be easier to see the... That's why I don't drive in the cockpit mode much. Alright. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you could adjust the head position, because even in VR, I feel like he's leaning forward towards the steering wheel. I mean, if I'm sitting in my Jeep, if I look down, I can see like my feet and stuff. So the head position needs to be back about 8 inches or so. It just feels like it's too close to the front. But, whoops, what did I do? I think I released the winch. I did. It's a little close. There we go. But, that's... No. Jeez. There we go. Oh, I don't know. I don't think I've ever tried. don't know why I have third-person FOV so far out. So you can do the FOV that way. Yes, I want to apply the settings. Well, I like the change I made to that. Let's see. So, okay. Huh. You know, FOV to me is side to side. But you're right, it seems to have made a difference here. So let's see. Settings. Video. First person FOV. Let's crank it all the way out. Now that's... Hopefully it doesn't... It shouldn't... I mean, it's a Series X. It shouldn't affect... Well, that is better. Yeah, that's definitely better. Okay, cool. Yeah. That's definitely, yeah, that's way better. Cool. Appreciate the hint. I hadn't even thought about that somehow. I mean, it's been so long since I've played the game, I didn't even really consider that, but yeah. And again, FOV, you know, I'm used to FOV in a FPS game, and mostly that's, you know, so you can see side to side more, so you got a wider screen so you can see stuff. But it does change your perspective even from, you know, what's in front of you, what you can see in front of you, so that makes good sense. Good to know. That's the hot tip of the day. Just your FOV. That's one of the strange things with Space Marines is they don't have an FOV slider. I don't know. I don't understand that because it is hard to see what's around you. I feel like the vision in front of me is so restricted that I don't have a good sense of what's around me all the time. The third-person FOV may actually be out further than I really want to go, because yeah, that seems like a bit much. The truck looks so small now. Settings. Back it off a little bit. Do it 105. Yeah, it's a little better. It's better. I didn't see specifically a point of view, but the FOV fixed it, so. Alright, let's haul this back to the garage. The garage. I can probably turn that off so I can scavenge the fuel out of it later. Oop, don't run into me, dude. Oof. Snatched it out of the mud. Alright. Automatic, two-wheel drive, and away we go. This ought to make us a little bit, at least a little bit of money. Probably, I don't know, 12, 15 grand, something like that. Because I have it set up so it only gives you half the value, so you can't make money on trucks, which I've seen people do before. So didn't want to do that. I thought I filled up. Did I fill this truck up before I left? Before we started pulling this guy out? Probably. It takes so much fuel to recover a truck out of a swamp. So I'll just fill up at the gas station. But this would be a good game to do VR too. There's no doubt. There'd have to be... Well, I guess not. You can still do third person with VR. There's some flights. I at some point I would like to get a VR system. My computer couldn't handle it, probably, but, well, might be able to handle an older one. I don't know. But there's some flight simulators. The World War I flight simulators, I was watching somebody play the other day. Looked really cool. And No Man's Sky would be really cool in VR. But there are definitely some games where VR would be a lot of fun. Oops, there we go. It's amazing how far that technology has come. Still a novelty, though. But I see a lot of people in the racing sims using it. Oh, does it? Oh, that's cool. Wouldn't surprise me. There are definitely more and more people developing games for them. Like I said, that World War I, and there's a World War II game coming out. I think Fighter Ace is coming out that's VR. And the HOTAS systems they have are just crazy. They're getting almost as sophisticated, probably are actually as sophisticated as the driving systems. Oh, Flavor McNubb showed me a because he's actually got a channel. I don't know if he's active on the channel at this point or not, but he's got a racing sim channel. But he likes the truck driving games as well. Ouch. And I don't think there's anything I really need to do with this. I don't know that there's anything that was... Gotta find that. No. I'm already on race suspension, bigger tires. Oh, really? Especially the bombing? Huh, I bet. I've already got a snorkel on there. Alright. I don't have a ton of cash, so I don't want to spend it on anything at this point. Alright, leave garage. There, let's get the TranStar in here. Move that to the garage. Is it worth repairing it? I wonder if it's worth repairing these. If I wanted to sell it, it's what, $15,950? Yeah, I don't have enough cash to really experiment with that. I'm just going to sell it. Now I got cash. All right. Back out to the Fleet Star. All right. Let's see. What do we got now? We got new nest. I'm not going to do that yet. That's a long trip. Lost container. Could do that with this. I guess we'll go back and do not ready for the logs yet, because you got to buy a trailer for that. Oops. What time is it now? All right, so I got about 40 minutes left. And then Pipe Dream. There was one I was just looking at. Which one was it? No. Wasn't that one. Was it the Essentials? Yeah. Okay, so to this farm I need to bring bricks, wood planks, and fuel. All right, so let's do that one. Whoops. We'll activate that one. And then we'll have to bring... Where's that ramp trailer? Is it way far away? Oh, I left it there. Oh, jeez. That probably wasn't the smartest thing. Well, there's plenty of trailers on the other map. We'll just go get those. Alright, let's head back to Black Mountain. Pick up bricks and wood. The fuel we pick up here. I should have brought the trailer with me after I picked up the... Well, I couldn't really do that. Guess I could. I probably could have pulled it onto the trailer, maybe. I don't know. Turn my lights on so I can see what I'm doing here. Yeah, I can definitely see the flight side of War Thunder being a lot of fun in VR. But even, I guess even the ships and the tanks would be a lot of fun. I used to play a game, World War II Online, way back in the day. I mean, it was way back in the day. I don't know if it still exists or not. It may. But that game was a lot of fun, but it was a multiplayer... She's only got 80 gallons left. It was a multiplayer World War II, so you could be a soldier, or you could be in a tank, or a truck, or whatever. And that was a crazy ambitious project. I think there were like 100 people per side or something like that. I'd like to see something like that again, but apparently with the level of graphics and everything now, that's much more difficult. And then I played PlanetSide. I used to play PlanetSide a lot on the PC. All right. Do that. Do I want to pick up the fuel now? I mean, I'm here. But then I'd have to put it... I'd have to have a trailer big enough to put the fuel on, wouldn't I? I think I'll pick it up later. Because I can get the 2 bricks on here and then 2 wooden planks on a trailer. Bring them out here. I guess I could get the White Western Star. Man, there's really no reason to do that. If I had the ramp trailer, I could definitely do it, but I left it over the quarry. I'm not driving all the way back over the quarry. It's not worth it. I'll just drive back over here and pick up the fuel. That's one of the things I like about this game. Is just trying to figure out the best way to do the missions. The most efficient way to do the missions. You know, I haven't done a lot of bombing on War Thunder. I've done some, but not a lot. Like, you know, sort of air support kind of bombing with dive bomber or, you know, light bomber. I haven't done like the B-17 kind of stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Alright, let's go get some bricks and we'll get some planks. I can get bricks in town, can I? And you oh, so you can both be in the same plane. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I didn't know that. Nice. Oh, he's a fighter pilot, so he's escorting you. I got you. Now I got you. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say I didn't know you could. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see here. Let's see. Where is? There's the semi-trailer. Semi-trailer's only got 6 spots on it, though, right? There's a trailer here. I could probably just pick this up. Where's the lumber yard? Yes, I'll pick this trailer up. Yeah. All right. Back up and snatch this trailer. Okay. Now, the fun part's going to be turning around with this trailer. I think I got enough room. Ooh, just barely squeezed by. There we go. Oh. Use him as cannon fodder? I see. Yeah, there's a lot of people that play World of Warships Legends that play the tank version, the World of Warships, or World of Tanks as well. I could just never get into it. But the War Thunder, the battlefield seems a bit different. And again, I like the way the damage is counted. You can wound crew and stuff like that. It's kind of a more interesting bit of realism. All right, wait a minute. Where do I gotta go for bricks? I gotta go all the way out here for bricks? Oh no! Really? Oh. All right. Well, this is going to be a trip now. Okay. Let's see here. All right, well, nothing to do but to do. That was a much longer trip than I anticipated. I thought I could get bricks here in town, but I guess not. I thought I dropped bricks somewhere. No, I don't remember where, though. Oops. I went down the wrong street. Crap. It's hard to tell in the dark. Easy, trailer. Good lord. It's drifting the trailer around the corners. Woo! People just putting cones there just to mess with me. Tempt me to run them over. Alright. I've had all four-wheel drive on the whole time. Oops. Burns a little extra gas. I think we're okay, though. I think we can afford it so far. I don't want to waste it, but... Driving in the dark again. Oops. Nope. Keep hitting the wrong button. Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Oof. Gonna have to fudge my logbooks. No DOT out here, so I'm good. Alright, so let's see. Let's park the trailer here-ish. Attach the trailer. Can I squeeze in there? I think I can squeeze in there. Hopefully I don't tip the trailer over. Might. Be careful while I park it. There we go. Cargo management, wood planks. Yes, thank you. Anchor, crane mode. Pick it up a little extra to get it over the side rail here. Drop it in there? Yeah, okay, cool. And load another one on the dock. I think I got the controls figured out. I wish it would give you that too as a choice, and once you chose it, it didn't pop them back up every time, but you know, can't have everything. Uh-oh. Spun it around. Darn it. Yeah. I never did play MudRunner. No, SnowRunner was the first one I ran into. Oh, for the love of Pete. We'll just leave it like that. We can't do that. That's not right. There we go. Oh, jeez. Got it swinging too much again. There we go. Because, like you see at Expeditions, it calls it a MudRunner game, not a SnowRunner game, so. Oh, wow, you did. You played. You got a history with this franchise. Yeah, I never played the other two, which is a shame because that would have been fun. I never even knew they existed. All right, so the question is, what's the best way to get to? I think this way is probably the best way to get to the warehouse. This is pretty sketch here, so I think I'll go this way. We'll go here, fill up with gas, then go here. Here. Now, do I pick up the... I wonder if I pick up the scout while I'm out here. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's good. A little SnowRunner lore there. I didn't know the owners had split. What I might do is once I've got the bricks picked up, we'll see how long that takes. I may try to get the Chevy out of the swamp by itself. And if I can do that, then I'll... because I still got a fair number of missions to finish here. And some money to make. I gotta make enough money to get a logging trailer at some point. I think that thing's like 20 grand, so. So what was MudRunner? Was that more exploratory, or was that sort of like this? Okay, so MudRunners was a spin tire game. I gotcha. So is Expeditions, is that made by a different a different developer than SnowRunner is now? Or are they the same developer now? Somehow I thought they were the same developer. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. So Mud Runner was a trucking, logging truck simulation game. Okay, I got you. Yeah, like when I first started, I think one of my friends introduced me to SnowRunner, and we talked about Spin Tires and Mud Runner, but I don't know. They may have played it. He may have played it. I did not. And we'll just skip the mud hole, cut through the trees, keep right on trucking. Alright, let's go get some fuel. Right. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, cool. Again, good to know. SnowRunner lore. Gotta love it. Or not lore, necessarily, but history. Yeah, it's interesting the number of games I've Norska Yorkie is a subscriber of mine and has been real helpful in in sort of developing the channel and whatnot. Yeah. Well, and I'm really looking forward to the Roadcraft. I think that'll be really cool. But he's got, he plays DayZ, which apparently is, I thought was done by this group here, but it's not. It was World War Z that these guys, Sabre Interactive and Focus, were developed. But I told him I had played the game before, and that I was watching his stream when he was playing it, and I was like, this doesn't look familiar at all. It's because I played World War Z, not DayZ. DayZ was interesting. It's a little slower paced than I care for, but you know, it's a challenging game for sure. Probably a more realistic sort of zombie survival game. It was odd though that they're all on a server, so there's other people. If they steal the stuff out, if they find the loot, you know, the food and stuff, it's not there for you. So Project Zomboid, huh? I haven't tried that. I'll have to take a look at that. Yeah, like I said, the Roadcraft looks just super interesting to me, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that, and I'm not playing this, I don't play this off stream, so I'm hoping 6 hours a week is enough that I can get fairly far through this game by the time Road Project comes out. I just think it'll be fun to do that, and then have, you know, Road Project as a sequel. Now I'm hoping, and I think the developers are hoping, that people play both games, because they will be, at least from what I saw in the Q&A, they will be significantly different in many respects. But all right, so we've got to get fuel. Well, I can't. Well, like, technically speaking, I could haul 2 trailers, because I could take that trailer. Nah, I'll just leave it here, because it's easy enough to go back and get the fuel. Bricks, right? That's what I need? Yeah. Oh, really? Okay, cool. Fables, is that an MMO, like a fantasy MMO, or is that a single player? I recognize the name, but I don't think I ever played the game. Matter of fact, I'm sure I didn't play the game. Single player. Okay. Cool. Yeah, and I mean, I like single player. You know, Fallout was a great single player game. But I like co-op games. I mean, gaming is something that I do quite often for the social interaction, hanging out with friends, because it's, especially once you have kids and stuff like that, it's easier to hang out with friends when you play. Okay. But again, I haven't, and I've played this like multiplayer before. I just don't want, for the stream, I'm just doing it myself, but at some point I may, you know, I may pick a weekend and do, like, you know, do a multiplayer, do a co-op on a regular game or something. But we'll see. I just, for the weekend, I like the chillness of just hanging out and chatting with folks and playing this. It's a lot of fun. Store the crane, pack the cargo. All right, and then I played Skyrim a little bit with I had a friend that liked to play it, and I think it was Skyrim. It might have been Elder Scrolls, but I think it was Skyrim. But not a lot. Maybe, you know, 8-10 hours worth. That's about it. That's one of those games where I'd want to have like a regular group that we play together. I played, I doubt anybody even remembers this, but Dark Age of Camelot was probably the last MMO type game that I played. But we had a whole group of people playing. It was like 4 or 5 of us. I think it was 5. Maybe it might have been 6 people playing. So the sort of fantasy MMO, that was the last one that I really played in any seriousness. But, you know, like I said, Skyrim and Elder Scrolls are obviously well-known games, so I think we played Elder Scrolls. And it's crazy, some of the mods, some of the AI mods for that. I was watching ESO. Obviously, his whole channel was built around Elder Scrolls Online, but he was trying out the AI mod, where AI controls what the NPC says. So you got your companion with you, and you can ask her questions about all kinds of crazy stuff in the game, and she answers. And you can, like, he was like trying to flirt with her, and she was like, "Really, you're gonna do that again?" It's like, wow, that's messed up. So certainly the future of the game somewhere down the line is going to be that kind of interaction with your with characters, which is pretty crazy. I've seen a couple of like indie games that are using, I guess, like a connection to Chat GTP, and where you talk to them, and you know, as long as you're connected online, you can like carry on a conversation with them. It's crazy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that kind of stuff is just, that's wild to me. I mean, again, my first video game was Pong when it came out. I mean, that's, you know, I'm old enough to remember Pong was the only video game available. Now, I was a kid then, obviously, but we had some friends that my parents used to go over to their house for parties, and I'd sit up in their den playing Pong all night with both controllers, you know, playing against myself. And then I got a Commodore VIC-20 was my next sort of video game system, and then it just went from there. But and we had PCs on the ship when I was in the Navy. I was playing F-117 and Sub Hunter. I think it was Sub Hunter. So I got a long history of video game playing. So the idea that I could sit and talk to an NPC and you wouldn't have just some sort of scripted, probably ought to put it in, there we go. See if that works. No, low. That seems to work pretty well. Yeah, there we go. But dragging a trailer out of here is just a task. Okay, and it's stuck on the tree. I think we got it loose. There we go. Yeah, we'll be able to get out of here. How are we looking on fuel? Yeah, let's see if it... Yeah, that'll work. Fallout 1. Yeah. I got a bit of a story on Fallout 1. So, it was like Game of the Year. It was the Game of the Year edition of Fallout 1. And my buddy and I, Bender, I think he was on here yesterday. Bender and I bought it, and from GameStop. Yeah, Fallout 3 did. And I haven't played any of the old games in a very long time. I played Fallout 1. We loaded it up and played it for a little bit, and I think I found like a 22 caliber pistol or something. But it did almost no damage. But if I kicked the rad roach, it killed it, or it did more damage. And that got me so pissed off I took the game back. I returned the game back to GameStop. And never played it again. I have played it since on Steam. Back when I was playing Fallout 4. Yeah. And I never finished Fallout 4. I kept modding it. And so I'd start over. I'd add a mod, start over, add a mod, start over. Lots of companion mods. And start over. So I never finished Fallout 4. I'd like to do that at some point. I've actually got it on my PC, and I was thinking about streaming it, but I don't know. They get closer to announcing when Fallout 5 comes out, and maybe I'll stream Fallout 4 to lead up to Fallout 5. I think I can go up a gear here. Yeah, there we go. Because I would like to play it again. Oh, really? That would be cool. Now, see, that I could get into. The top-down thing just never really appealed to me. The asymmetric, or whatever they call it. It's not asymmetric, but where you're looking down on the characters. That didn't appeal to me much either. I really liked Fallout 4. Like I never really used the, what did they call it? The VIPS system, where it sort of pauses the game and you pick your target. I never used that much in Fallout 4. I much preferred to like FPS it. All right, let's get this guy out of here. this up a little bit. There we go. Recover the Chevy. And I think there's a mod I can add to the Chevy, so that's one of the reasons I'm dragging it back to the garage. Plus I need to restock the trailer here. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and like Fallout 3, I think I've played maybe, I don't know that I've played Fallout 3 at all, which, you know, obviously, as you said, changed the game. But there's a lot of lore, like when the Amazon series came out, which I thought they did a great job with that, frankly. I thought that was awesome. I really enjoyed that series. But obviously a lot of people started playing Fallout 4 again. And I just, you know, I almost, that's sort of what got me inspired to thinking about playing Fallout 4 in stream. But I think because of my community, this is probably a better choice. And of course with the, you know, Fallout 5 I don't think will come out until 2026. Yeah, they really... Oh, yeah, no, I they could have really effed it up. There's no doubt. But, yeah, they absolutely nailed it. I was really happy they did such a good job. And the guy that plays the ghoul is just... It's spot on. It's so funny. They got the humor right. Yeah, they did. Oh, my God. See, that's what worried me. What they did to the Halo is like, come on. This, I mean, that was... I would have thought that would have been the easiest IP in the world to... And, of course, Disney is, you know, absolutely murdered Star Wars, so... But, yeah, I thought for sure Amazon was going to just absolutely... But, you know, I was going to give it a chance. Give it a chance. And they did a great job with it. I was really happy with that. All right, let's change trucks here for a second. Let's detach the trailer. Oh yeah, it's horrific. And a lot of it, you know, it's not Amazon, obviously. It depends on who's doing the stuff. Hey, Pedro, what's going on? Oh, yeah, you're a bot. Anyway. God, the bots on Twitch. I get one almost every stream. Cheap viewers on. I guess people buy viewers. That's weird. What a waste. Customize. I got suspension. Got a snorkel. Ah, here we go. Oh, I still don't have the roof rack. Oh, that's 14. Okay. Well, okay. So 50 repair parts and 1 spare wheel. I'll go ahead and get it. Oh, and then there's a roof rack. It's got 4 spare wheels and a fuel tank. Okay. The front bumper's mashed up. Yeah, but that rings of power. I've tried to watch it a couple times. It's horrific. It really is. Okay. Well, that's worth it with the extra fuel. I think that's everything that I want on it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was just, it was like, what did you guys do? Really? It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I need to level 14 to get the roof rack? Jeez. Alright, let's see if there's fuel in this thing. I've bought too many of these trailers. I've wasted a little bit of money on these things. Oh, there's fuel in it, though. Okay, good. And there's already fuel in the roof rack. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, that seems to be the case. I mean, there's still stuff that... You know, the thing is that there used to be, like... If 5 things came out, 3 of them at least were really good. And now it's like, if you're lucky, 10 things come out, and 1 of them is really good. And it's, you know... Okay. No. That's... I gotta change that. There we go. Okay, so there's still fuel in the service scout trip. Okay. Do that. And then I can fill this up later. Alright. Now, I don't think... Well, I've gotten most of this unlocked. Huh. Alright, so I'm going to head back to... Yeah, I think I'm just going to go straight here. Pick up this stuff. Oh, was it? Yeah, and Marvel... I mean, they have screwed Marvel up so bad. It's just... Like, the first few movies were awesome. And... again... I mean, there are a number of reasons for it. And again, and I'm not going to get into politics or anything, but there are a number of reasons why the stuff that's coming out now is just... You know, just make it entertaining people. That's all you're supposed to be doing with these things. Just entertain me. I don't need to get any social message or any political message or any of that stuff. I'm not interested. That's not what I'm watching your movie for. And they just can't seem to help themselves. Whether I agree with the political message or not, I'm not interested in it. It's not what I want. You know, it was weird because like when the second Top Gun movie came out, which I still haven't watched, but it was really good and everybody was like, "This is awesome." And it's because, and again, I haven't watched it, but from every people who I know who have watched it, it wasn't political or anything. It was just entertaining. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and even video games. I mean, look at the games like Concord and Dustborn and stuff like that. I mean, they're abysmal failures. I don't know if you saw there was a leak yesterday, I guess it was, or Friday, came out, and Sony spent $400 million on Concord, and they sold almost nothing. I mean, it's like they sold like 2,000 copies or something. I mean, nobody is playing the game. They actually shut the game down. They shut the servers down. And it's like, you spent $400 million, and at no point nobody said, you know, this probably is not going to be very popular. And the thing is that when the trailer came out, people were griping about it. When the gameplay trailer came out, people were like, what is this junk? And of course, you know, the character models and everything else, nobody wanted. Everybody was like, these things are not, this is not something I want to play. And yet they kept going with it and kept going with it, burned $400 million, and it was just an absolute abysmal failure. And it's like, you know, I don't know. It's just crazy, some of the stuff that goes on. And oh god, I just put... Let's try that again. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, they have. Ubisoft got in bed with them. And... Well, and the other thing is that it's incredible to me that people... Whoops. Crap. People get on Twitter you know, the fans aren't happy, or gamers aren't happy, or whoever's not happy with your game, and they tell you why they're not happy with the game. And so you get on Twitter and you start calling the customers. You know, again, I'm an old guy. For eons, the customer is always right. Even when they're not right, they're right, because they're the ones paying for your product. So when you start calling the customers names and all this other garbage and saying, well, we didn't make the game for you, it's like, well, if you didn't make the game for people who play games, that's a problem. And this, you know, this supposed modern audience that doesn't exist. And at some point, you know, I mean, Disney's lost, what, $4 or $2 billion or something this year? I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. And that's exactly, you're exactly right. That's exactly what they're doing. They keep biting the hand that feeds them, saying, hey, I don't want the food you're giving me. And it's like, well, there's nobody else here, so, you know, go figure it out. And then they wonder why they've lost $400 million and they're getting laid off. You know, and Asmongold has had some good videos on all that stuff. Either that or reactions to somebody else's videos. And it's like, you guys need to figure out who's paying the bills. If you're not making games gamers want. And for a long time, the gaming industry and the gaming journalists, which is almost a joke, well, is a joke now. You know, they tried to blame it on live service games, and I understand that. You know, live service games are not that popular. You know, microtransactions and all that stuff, they suck. For the most part. As long as, you know, I played Apex Legends for a long time. And you could play that for free. You didn't have to buy any of the skins or any of that stuff. Now, I bought skins. I bought lots of skins. I spent a bunch of money on that game. I don't even play it anymore, which is, you know, kind of a waste. But I can pick it back up, and I have all my skins. So fair enough. World of Warships Legends the same way. You know, I could buy, you know, you buy DLCs for this game. You know, but I've got these ships I've paid real money for, and, you know, it is what it is, so. Right, yeah, that's what I, oh, I see what you're saying. I could do it on the map? Okay, that's good to know. Again, it's been a long time since I played this thing. Yeah, I did not know, so I appreciate that. Thanks, R. Cameron. And welcome to the stream. Yeah. Right. And that's the thing. People gripe about microtransactions, but as long as they're not play to win, I don't really care about microtransactions. If you can't help spending your own money, that, you know, that's a you problem, not the game problem. You know, these developers have got to pay for a game. If you can play, again, Apex Legends is free to play, Fortnite is free to play. You don't have to spend any money, and you get to play a free game for years and years and years. I mean, I played Apex Legends for, what, 4 years? 4 or 5 years at least. Now, again, I spent money, but I didn't have to. I could have played it for free, and it's a good game. Fortnite is a good game, if you're into that kind of thing. But, you know, but when you start having microtransactions where it's play to win, if you spend the money, you do better than if you don't. That's crap. I don't like that. And one could argue, like World of Warships Legends, one could argue that buying premium ships is play to win, but you can get premium ships without playing to win. You know, you can buy premium ships with steel, which is an in-game currency. You can buy ships with global XP, which is in-game currency. And if you buy the battle pass, which is like, I think like $10 a season, you get some pretty good ships that way. So you're paying a little bit, but you're not paying that much. I don't have a problem with that. And again, you don't even have to do that. But when, you know, the problem is you get game developers who are who do microtransactions where it's play to win or pay to win, and that's crappy in my book. Oh, it's archaic camera. Sorry. I'm glancing at the screen. I didn't catch the whole thing. Cool. It's a good gamer tag. Yeah, Twitch is something I need to get better at. I've only been streaming on Twitch, I think, for like a month. I think I started in August, the beginning of August. So there's definitely I got to do some work there to make sure people can see me and all that stuff, but all in good time. But I appreciate more and more people showing up from Twitch. Old man strength, right? I'm with you. I don't know how old you are, but I'm fairly old myself. Most of when I pull up my analytics, my demographic is mostly 45 and up or 35 and up, and it's all guys. There's maybe 1 or 2 women watching my stream, and that's about it. But yeah, I appreciate that. Right there with you. We old guys are crafty. And we don't have as much stamina, so we got to take them out quick. So you got to be crafty. All right, so we'll take this to the farm. What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Oh, well. All right, I'll go a little extra time here. And we'll at least drop this stuff off. And then we'll have to call it a day. I got to get back to IRL crap. Get chores done. Quick and vicious. That's it. Yeah, you don't play clean. Yeah, you don't fight clean. No, you ain't got time for that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, man, took out the dude. That's going to cost me. See, now that would be interesting. You get a mode where you got to pay for damage. It'd be like, oops. Yeah, there's another $100 gone. Captain Insano shows... Well, and that scares him. Crazy old man. You know, nobody wants to mess with a crazy old man. Do your Hulk roar. Ah! They're like, oh, fuck. Leave this old man alone. There's a Twitter channel. I can't remember what the guy's name is. It's Steve something, but he does fight scenes. He posts a lot of fight clips. And they're hilarious because he does, like, boxing sports commentary. And one of his series is Old Man Strength. Oh, so you're watching this? Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I was about to say because it's pretty late. It's pretty late in the day your time, isn't it? So you're what? You're in Australia, so you're like a day ahead of me. I think you're like a half a day or a day ahead of me. It's been a while since I did time zones. I did them obviously in the Navy when I was a quartermaster, but I haven't done those in a long time. Yeah, so it's 1 a.m. your time. Okay, yep. It's tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. Little blue marble out in the middle of space. I don't know if you guys saw, I was watching the NASA YouTube channel, but there is I don't know if it's there yet, but there's going to be a meteor about the size of a good-sized house following the moon for like the next 30 days or something. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see it with the naked eye. 14 hours ahead of Florida, yeah. Yeah, and I'm on the East Coast, so that fits. Well, again, I appreciate you watching, and hopefully my dulcet tones lull your 18-month-old to sleep. I remember those days, man. Whew. Mine is long past that now, but though she was a really good sleeper. I think 6 months in, she was pretty much sleeping through the night. Cletus McFarlane. Yeah, he's got a crazy channel. That's the thing about the internet that I find so fascinating. You've got, I mean, literally the whole world is wide open to you. I mean, I'm streaming here in my house on the East Coast of America, and you're watching in Australia, and I've got I've got subscribers in Iceland and England, Germany. It's crazy. I don't know where are you, RK Hammer? What country do you hail from? Had a guy from Holland earlier. Midwest. Oh, about 2 hours behind me. Okay, fair enough. Yep. Bug was on here earlier. He's from Nevada. Lots of people in the States, obviously. Darn, I forgot to ask Yorkie when I was on a stream yesterday. I forgot to ask him if we could get together and work on the Discord channel. I got a lot of stuff to do today anyway. I probably should be doing it now, but you know, I like doing the stream, so. Good old Midwest. Yeah, I've got a lot of family like out in, well, I guess Colorado is mountain time, isn't it? I don't know if that's really considered Midwest. Is Colorado considered Midwest? I guess. Well, I appreciate that. However you find me, that's good. I'll take it. Yeah, YouTube. I've been told by a couple of people, I've got a couple of Twitch streamers that are subscribers, and they say that Twitch is better for discovery, but YouTube seems to be pretty good. The algorithm is pretty straightforward. So I keep trying to make my stuff friendly to the algorithm. As long as, you know, they adjust the algorithm, it takes a little while for it to adjust, but I am looking forward to growing the channel more. I mean, it's growing at a pretty good pace, more frankly better than I expected, but I need to start doing some things. That's why I want to get the Discord channel up and running, and I got to start putting out more videos. You know, for this, I can see putting out, you know, when new trucks come out, and then also like when I recover a truck or tips for beginners or whatever. I don't know. Again, it's a little hard to do that. Well, it's not hard to do that. It'll be good practice to do it, but now that the game's been out this long, but certainly when like Roadcraft comes out, I can see doing instruction, you know, informational videos and stuff would be real helpful to folks. But the stream is a lot of fun. Chatting with you guys is, I really enjoy that. Hearing people's stories and where they're from, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. Oops. There we go. Alright, let's go drop this stuff off. And then we'll go back and get the, well, I'll probably drop this off, and that'll be the end of the stream for today. Because I do need to get out and finish the yard. Didn't get it finished yesterday. I forgot to bring my battery charger. They're still out there. That would be upsetting. Alright, can I cross here? I think I can cross here. No. I swear I could do this with no problem before. I don't know why it doesn't want to do it now. It's a little shallower entry over there, isn't it? Let's try that. Take out farmer. Oh, jeez. This trailer doesn't help. These trailers are such a pain. All right, let's go this way. Sorry, Farmer Bob. You want your stuff? We're gonna have to. You have to repair your fence later. Because your driveway is a pond. I can't do anything with that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yep, I appreciate the suggestion on that. Yeah. Well, and that's what I was thinking. If I did a video on a vehicle, you know, where to find the upgrades for that specific vehicle would be helpful. Sure. Like right now, I need the 4-wheel drive for the White Western Star, and I don't know where that is right off the top of my head, but I'm sure I could watch somebody else's video and figure that out. But you know, that's the one thing that's interesting about this is, you know, you'll get into a game and it'll be like, well, there's a lot of content creators already for it, and it does make it more difficult. But those people aren't on every day, and you know, if somebody's up a particular time and you're streaming, and you know, I found that with World of Warships Legends. You know, most of my streaming times are not when other people are streaming, so people want to watch, they can watch, so it's cool. Yeah. So sort of my intention, Archaic, with this is to make it as realistic as possible. Yeah. And you know, that's fun if you want to, you know, everybody's got their way of wanting to do it. That's fun if you want to burn through it and get through all the maps and see all the stuff quickly. But did I never lock down the cargo? I never locked down the cargo. Oh, there we go. Let's try that. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's great that you can do that. That's the cool thing with this game is you can do it however you want to do it. So, yeah, because you're new, I was trying to explain sort of the intent of this particular stream was to try to do it. You know, one man, $5,000, out of work, get the opportunity with my pickup truck, and then take it from there. So, but yeah, And I don't think you were on when I was talking about this earlier. I probably will start reviewing mods during the stream. Just, you know, because I stream Saturday and Sunday mornings for me. Mornings for me. There'll be morning for you too. But anyway. And so, I'm going to try to do it next Friday. It'll take a while to get it fit into my schedule. But I'm gonna review any new mods that come out for the weekend or come out during the week, and I may sort of start the stream off with a new mod just so people can see what they are and stuff. I don't know. It'll be fun. Well, I'll probably record it and turn it into a separate video, but there's so many good modders for this game that come out with good, and I'll probably concentrate on more balanced stuff. Maybe I'll do, you know, balanced and then crazy or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, there's just so much good content and modders maps and modded maps and stuff like that which is what keeps the game alive, you know, which is awesome. I love it. Same like Fallout 4 we were talking about earlier. Same kind of thing. Modders just keep that thing alive. Yeah. Well, I think that's... Is that what my first... I might have called the first stream that, but yeah, I could put that in the title. Something along those lines. Sure. Or do hardcore, you know, realistic or something like that. Yeah. The problem is that, and especially Twitch is very restricted on how long you can make the title. But even in Fallout, you know, people don't read much past the first couple lines, so I have to be careful with that. But yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try to figure that out. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to... wow, that spiked. What happened there? Watching the audio mixer, my voice was really loud there for a second. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day today. Appreciate y'all hanging out and chatting with me. Makes it so much more fun. And we will... I'll be back here next weekend. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I stream World of Warships Legends. Monday, I stream, and that's in the evenings. So that's usually 7 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. And then on Mondays, I stream either Baldur's Gate 3 with some friends or Space Marine 2. So if you're interested in any of those games, certainly stop by. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good one.